I don't know what else to say.
Other than just like, ugh.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I don't know what else to say other than the fact that, it's better to have loved and lost than never to have loved at all. That's the way I always view it. And you've got a unicorn and alien at the quarterback position, as we've been calling him all day, and you need one of them in order to win. That's why your window will always be open. Joe Burrow said it last year, our window's always open if I'm here. Your window's always open if Josh Allen is there. I just don't know what happens to this team in the final 2 minutes of playoff games. I don't understand it. If it requires a seance, an intervention, I don't understand it. When they went to the 2-minute break of this game, that clearly you could see it coming. We were all just biding time until the end to see who was winning, who was losing, or if it was tied, who had the ball, who could keep it the longest, or keep it until there was no time left. And how would those strategies play out? I sensed it at halftime. I sensed it just, at the break. When it was 3-3, first quarter break, they're kind of like, sparring. And then they start throwing haymakers at each other and leads start changing. And then Allen has a terrific 2-minute drill at the end of the first half. And then weird stuff started happening. Like a fake punt on 4th and 5. Romo said there were 10 men on the field for Kansas City. I never saw that, but he said there were 10 guys on the field. And even if it is 10 guys on the field, what are you doing fake punting? Like, you still have a better chance with Josh Allen with the ball in his hand, trying to get it to one of your playmakers rather than a safety who's carrying a ball, in a surprise situation, but then they get the ball back 2 snaps later because Mecole Hardman, for some reason, has the ball in his hands inside the 3-yard line, and he reaches for the pylon and fumbles it through the end zone, and I hate that friggin' rule. But I almost like that. If there's any point where I kind of liked the rule, I felt like the Chiefs needed to be punished for giving the ball to Mecole Hardman. Honestly, that's how irrational I was thinking. That's why I'm like, you've got the greatest quarterback known to mankind at present, and the greatest tight end known to mankind at present, who are the greatest touchdown makers together in the history of postseason play at present and all time. And you're not even handing it off to somebody else who could score, who's a running back, but you give it hard. Okay. But the Bills get the ball back, like no blood. Like everybody's trying to go to Vegas. It's kind of like, what the dealers do. No, like
no harm, no foul.
Shift change. I'm out.
Yep. Break time.
So that weird stuff happens. And then the defenses start to hold in the fourth quarter when in quarters 2 and 3, everyone was just giving up points, which is why Sean McDermott said he wanted to go for the fake punt. He didn't say after the game there was 10 men on the field. He said that, we were thinking we were having trouble stopping them.
Yeah, they couldn't stop him all night.
So he's trying to steal a possession on his side of the field on a fake punt. It was just weird stuff happening. But the Bills got the ball back. They did force a punt after a fresh set of downs was rewarded by an officiating crew that called pass interference on what appeared to be a hit in the legal hit zone.
And ball still
in his hands. Yeah. Let me just say this while I'm on the subject matter. To me, that should be reviewable in the same way you can review a pass interference call and have them pick up the flag if you can review it and see the ball's been tipped. Why can't you review the ball was still in the quarterback's hand and we can see by rule that hit is in a zone where he's allowed to hit him if the ball's still in the hands? So why are we going through with this? That should be challengeable. Now I'm off my soapbox to continue how the Bills had an opportunity to win this thing. And they went to the 2-minute warning. 2nd and long. And I thought to myself, run it here.
Absolutely.
Even though you're having trouble running it, make the Chiefs start to burn timeouts, because even if you're going for a field goal here, you want to leave Mahomes in the worst position possible. Plus, let's just say you get a couple yards here. It's third and manageable. Now the playbook opens a little bit more for you here.
Also, Josh Allen was averaging 6 yards a carry.
Run him. So many different things you can do, because I kept thinking they're in a perfect position if they can somehow score a touchdown with less than 13 seconds to go. You're in a better position than you were the last time you played them in the playoffs. They had that opportunity, and instead, Allen looks downfield for a kill shot, which wouldn't really be a kill shot because you're leaving way too much time on the clock, but you're still trying to go up when you can. And Chris Jones throws his tackle into his area, and he can't follow through. Incomplete. Third down, throw it again, incomplete, and bring out Tyler Bass for the worst of all possible scenarios, one would think, being tie game, too much time left on the clock for Mahomes, and now you're playing for overtime again. But hey, at least the way that you went down the last time changed the overtime rules. Not even a touchdown in overtime to start by Mahomes would cause you to lose the game. You just have to answer it. And all those things are going through your head, at least for me. I'll be straight up with you. I wasn't thinking missed field goal. I know every Bills fan was. I wasn't. Man. But the two words, this is what's particularly unfair for Bills fans, because, yeah, you got the quarterback that's supposed to end all of these curses. And, yeah, they were 6-6 and on a heater, hot streak, winning streak. You did get the Chiefs in your house finally. You finally got Mahomes out of his house. It's like those friends that never, ever do anything except invite you over. And when you invite them over, they're like, oh, they got things to do. And that one time you finally get the friend of your house, you know? You finally got him out of his house. You're supposed to be using your house to be the horror for him, and not your house turn into your latest house of horrors. That's not the way it's supposed to go. And certainly the last two words should not be wide right. Wide right. Like, of all the places for this field goal to go, couldn't go left, couldn't be tipped and then blocked and just wind up shy. Honestly. So, Allen today. I'll give you your choice, Mike Hoskins. You're the Bills fan. What do you want to hear? Which one do you want to hear from Josh Allen today here? How he was feeling after the loss on Sunday night.
Yeah, I mean, it's surreal. On the bright side, we woke up this morning, right? We're all here. Losing's never fun. It's a part of the game. It's the worst, second worst part of the game. Obviously, injuries are the worst part of the game, but it's the reason why you play this game is because you don't want to feel this way. But when you do feel this way, it makes winning all that much more special. And this isn't something that we're going to run from. It's not something we're going to hide from. We gotta take it on the chin and continue to learn and get better. And I know that it's not what people want to hear. They want to see results. We want to see results. We're just like you guys. We want to win. And that's the fact. And at the end of the season, there's one happy team, and we're going to keep fighting and keep working as hard as we can until we are that one team. So long road ahead, long off season. Got to continue to keep putting in the work and getting better in the off season and getting together with guys and figuring out what we can do to get over this hump.
Just wonder if Stephon Diggs had his last game as a Bill. Got to wonder that.
Feels like it.
I mean, that ball where Allen threw it a country mile and it seemed to go right through his hands is somewhat of a microcosm of the season here, where the two of them just couldn't connect, and then off season of them not actually connecting and wondering if there's anything up between the two of them. And then the other aspect of this season, I don't know how they even made it this far. I mean, I saw Matt Milano carted off in London after Trey Diggs the week before gets injured for the season. One after another, after another, after another. Gabe Davis didn't play in this game. Last time they played in a playoff game, he set a record with 4 touchdowns. I mean, that's significant. Khalil Shakir, who had a big conversion on that final drive, he got knocked out for a bit.
Good player.
He sure is. And so is Dalton Kincaid. So is Cook. There's some serious keepers there, man. And
Buffalo's a good Mike Evans spot.
That sounds like one.
T. Higgins.
But, just I'll tell you who's also on that is Michael Irvin. Literally, he said that 15 times during game day morning yesterday as we were showing Mike Evans shots.
Yeah.
Bills are 28th on the clock and favorites to win the AFC East going into next year, even with the way the Dolphins performed this year and Rodgers being healthy. We hope. But, man, wide right. For the season to end like that, that is not
just
cool.
Condolences to Buffalo.
I know. That's one way to say it. Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.